You know that feeling when you have these great big ideas in your head, but when you try to write them down, they just fall flat? Well, today, we're grabbing the blueprint to build bigger, better sentences. We're going to learn how to connect your thoughts and make your writing feel genuinely powerful. And it all starts with one really simple question, right? How do you actually do it? Because here's the thing, great writing isn't just about having good ideas. It's about knowing how to link them together smoothly. It's about building these bridges between your thoughts so your reader can just cruise right along without ever getting lost. Let's look at this in action. On the left, you've got, I left, Marcy stayed. Totally fine. Two separate thoughts. But it feels a little choppy, kind of disconnected, right? Now look at the right. We add one tiny word and bam, I left, but Marcy stayed. It's so much smoother. And that one little word, but, adds this whole new layer of meaning. It tells us there's a contrast here. That is the power we're about to unlock. Okay, so before we can start building these awesome, complex sentences, we have to know what our main building block is. What's the foundation that holds the whole thing up? Well, it's called an independent clause, and all that means is it's a complete thought. It has a subject, the who or what, and a verb, the action, and it can totally stand on its own as a sentence. Think of it like a solid Lego brick. I left. That's a Lego brick. Marcy stayed. Another perfect Lego brick. So if one of those independent clauses is a solid Lego brick, a complete thought, what happens when we want to snap two of them together into one even cooler, stronger sentence? That, my friends, is when we build a compound sentence. The name says it all, right? We're literally compounding our ideas. We take two of those strong, independent building blocks and we join them. But the real magic is the tool we use to connect them, this little thing called a coordinating conjunction. And here it is. This is the blueprint. This is the magic formula. You take one complete thought, add a comma and one of those special connector words, and then you add your second complete thought. That's it. That is the entire recipe for a compound sentence. All right, so we've got the blueprint. Now, what about those special connectors? Well, there are only 7 of them you really need to know. And lucky for us, there's a super easy trick to remember every single one. These connectors are officially called coordinating conjunctions. Just think of them as the grammatical glue in our blueprint. They are the specific words that bridge the gap between our two big ideas, holding the whole thing together. And here's the secret code to remember them all. Fanboys. It's an acronym. Every letter stands for one of the 7 words. You ready? They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Just remember the word fanboys, and you've got the entire toolbox you need. Okay, enough with the theory. It's great to know the rules, but let's see these fanboys in action. We're going to do a quick fire round just to see exactly how each one works and how it can totally change the meaning of a sentence. First up, F is for. You use this to explain a reason, pretty much just like you'd use the word because. For example, I think we will need to stay inside during lunchtime today, for it is raining heavily outside. Next, A is for and. This is the one you probably use all the time. It's simple. It just adds one idea to another. We are going on a holiday, and we will go snorkeling on the reef. N stands for nor. Now this one's used to continue a negative thought. So you would say something you don't want, and then add another thing you don't want. Like, I would rather not play basketball, nor do I want to play football. B is for but. This one's all about showing a contrast between two ideas. The Ferris wheel was fun, but the roller coaster was my favorite. See how it highlights that difference? O is for or, and this one is super simple. It's all about choices. It just presents an alternative idea. We could get pizza for dinner, or we could try that new taco place. Y is for yet. This one is a lot like but. It also shows a contrast, but yet often has a little hint of surprise to it. For instance, I always buy bobby pins, yet I can never find one. It emphasizes something kind of unexpected. And finally, S is for so. This one shows cause and effect. It's like, this happened, so that happened. For example, I was really tired, so I went to bed early. Okay, so you've got the blueprint, you've got the tools, you have officially met the fanboys. Now it's time to put it all together and really see how this thing works. So let's circle all the way back to our first example. I left, but Marcy stayed. Now you can see all the pieces, right? You've got your first independent clause, your first Lego brick, I left. You've got your second one, Marcy stayed. And what's connecting them right in the middle? A comma and but.
one of our fanboys. It is a perfect classic compound sentence.
And there you have it. That's the blueprint. It's a simple formula and just 7 little words, but they can completely transform your writing. You now has everything you need to connect your thoughts and build bigger, more meaningful, more powerful ideas. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?